Welcome to today's podcast. This is a very wonderful time once more to talk to you about this Omonile and their scam. So last week we actually talked about the way that they can manipulate and signs of what you can see and know that this is actually them. Because you don't need the prophet to tell you. There are some key points I made on that video. If you've not watched it and you're watching this, please play back on the previous video because that's how you can understand step by step. I listed there the pointed things that you need to understand first before you get into this particular video. So I'll be waiting for your response or questions from the previous videos. I'm here to see them. So make sure you send them on the comment section below, and I'll be very happy to reply your questions. So today we'll be touching the Omonile playbook, how Omonile operates their scope in Lagos State particularly. I want to touch Lagos because Lagos touched me very well. Because really this is a place that we have widespread of diaspora clients investing very largely. My name is Kobe TV Firm, where we expose Omoniles and the scams. Today we'll actually be exposing the C of O, how these people run the C of O. You look at it, it looks like the real C of O, but this is how they've been mining people's money. Okay, actually make sure that I explain to an extent so that people, especially investors in Lagos State, can understand how to get rid of this and make sure they don't fall victim next time. Okay, welcome once more to Nigerian Property Insider. Yesterday we actually touched on how Nigerian real estate has been mined, but today we'll be going deeper to make sure that we dig out those things and you can always see the fake from the real ones. Today I'm holding a real Lagos scam playbook. Now this book contains the interviews, testimonies and other information gotten from one of the scammers that got out of the game. So I'm going to be very realistic with this, and if you are one of these people that have been scammed, stay tuned and make sure you get every details involved. Number one of this is the Omonile double sell scam. Let's meet and see what Oga Tunde said about this. Now, his tactics? Very simple. Sell 2 plots of land in Lekki, Ebe, or anywhere in Lagos to 10 different properties, to 10 different clients and 10 different real estate. Very simple. We're gonna get the details and we're gonna get it right. So the number one practice is what we call the diaspora investors. Now remember, I just actually specified my training for the diaspora client because they are the most victims of these circumstances. So I actually want to make sure that they get this right and never fall a victim. Okay, so this is where because they don't have the time to go and invest this land or seed themselves because of the distance. Most of them stays abroad and the Omonile is here in Lagos State. So because of the distance, this is an opportunity for them to do what? To actually fake this whole thing. Now, because they say what you see is what you can actually believe in. So imagine what you don't see, how risky it is. The risk is very high. So this is one of them, and one of it is that please make sure you contact someone from might be your uncle, your relative, your brother, someone very close to you, and link them up and make sure that that person sees this video. Or there's what I call virtual inspection. Now this virtual inspection is when the so-called Omonile, okay, is holding, maybe he's calling you on video call, or it might be Skype, depending on the social media app you're using. Now when he or she calls you, make sure that from the point of maybe the exit point of where he lives down to the site, so you have to make sure that you record this video and the video does not glitch. Okay, he or she is going to be on that video call till you get to the site. You will see the entrance, you will see everything that you want to ask. So whatever he's telling you, you are seeing it visible. Okay, it's all clear from the video. So this is an aspect I normally encourage some of my diaspora clients that ask me questions, come to my DM to ask me how can they actually see this land without being scammed. So I always give them that option of what we call virtual inspection. So it's very practical. The second aspect of this is the fake survey plan. Now, this is where this is very tactical because these survey plans actually look like one like the other. Okay, they have the similarities within them. So this is actually see where you can invite your solicitor to make sure that he verifies these things. Remember in my last video, I actually advised the viewers and investors to make sure that they involve a solicitor in every deal they are going for while investing or trying to purchase a plot wherever it is, especially here in Lagos. It is very paramount that you involve them because they have the actual tactics and they know when it's fake and when it's real. So-called survey can be photoshopped. How many of you know that these photoshops always look like the real one? Okay, with this 21st century that we are at, is a digital century, that a generation that people Photoshop, you can get things, and even AI does it more better. So imagine when somebody sits down and use AI to just craft a survey plan and then send to you that this is the real one from Alausa. And remember that this will actually have similar stamp or signature. So this is very tactical. But for to be on the safer side, actually feel free to involve your solicitor or always chat me up. I would always give you guidelines on how to get it right. Okay. Third one is a very simple thing. Now we call that one the fake family members. Remember that for every land you're buying, it's a communal land, meaning that it's owned by the community, and this community are fractioned by families. So for that land you're buying, it's owned by a family, and normally it's being set up by the head of the family down to depending on the process. So their signatures are what is involved in the selling of this property. Okay, so but when these things happen, these Omonile fake members, they can just get somebody, can just go to the road, get one oga wey dey sell tire, get one vulcanizer, get one shoemaker, and tell him, mama, dress, let's get this done. If you dress like this, talk, say this, you know. So these things are very visible. Okay, so it's a real fact. So it can be arranged. We call that family member arrangement. Now we arrange these people, they sit maybe the family, and remember that before they do this, one member of that real family is involved. I'll tell you why. Because without that real member, they cannot have information, access to information necessary in this thing. So that person is actually the one that makes it look, that fake arrangement look real. That's reality. So you have to be very careful. That's why I advise that you get a family member of yours to actually go there to investigate. Or if you have someone you can trust from the company, you can buy from the person. So avoid Omonile. Buy from real estate. And you're buying from real estate, make sure you buy from a real estate that is registered, that has registered in La Celera, Lagos here, or Redan. So to get more information on these things I just listed, chat me up or place your question on the comment section. I'm gonna be here to answer these questions. Okay. Finally, the fourth one is what we call the Japa. Now, once they have done this deal and you have actually been convinced and you make your payments, off they go. I call it vanishing. They disappear. If actually guys started chatting from maybe WhatsApp, Facebook, X, or any of the social media platforms, the next thing you see that they are blocked you, the accounts will be invisible. I said this at my last teaching. So you have to be very careful. And the truth is that this has really been a problem. This has actually affected the real estate industry, that sales has become something very difficult because every diaspora client are trying to make sure that they are actually buying the right property and they are getting the right documents. So stay tuned as we continue. An example of this is that last year, a guy, from the information given to me, a guy actually sold a property to 20 clients, and 19 of them were diaspora clients. It's only the one actually in this Lagos that actually brought up the case. In fact, if not that particular the 20th client, so he had to go to the family directly and found out that the family sitting they had, the receipts they were given, and even the survey plan they were given, all were fake. So that was when he raised alarm, and the so-called Omonile is on the run while the investigation is going on. So this is something that has been of real reality in the real estate industry, and something that can be caught if you stay tuned and listen. Now, the second section of today's podcast is what we call the government acquisition plan. Now, they will tell you that this land is real. It's a lie. How we're going to give you the script they play. So stay tuned. They start with saying, Oga, don't worry, this land is free from government encumbrances. You can see that it has a C of O. That is how they start. That C of O you're saying is actually fake. Yes, it's fake. And there's no two ways about it. How you know is that the day the government will come for that land to demolish it, you'll find out that the person that sold that land, his number is switched off, or the person cannot be found. This is actually the problem we're actually facing here in Lagos State. Now, how to spot this C of O? Stay tuned and listen. Number one of this, pay attention. Number one of this is that check the C of O list at the Alausa, that's the land bureau, where you can find out the real one. At this Alausa, you can find out if this C of O is properly registered or it's not real. Real C of O has what we call the holograms, but the fake ones, they look like the newspaper. So these things are something that is very dicey, but you won't know if you don't ask. So that's why I always ask everyone watching this video, as you're watching, please always ask your questions on the comment section. I will always answer you. The fourth spot that you can always identify is the soft copy. They will tell you that it is the soft copy. And let them send it to your phone, let them send it to your WhatsApp, let them send it to your DM. My brother, my sister, the real ones are physical. It's something that is physical. You can touch and feel. No be, it's not a soft copy, but a physical copy. So these are the 4 points. If you didn't get it, please play back to listen very carefully. These 4 points are what you need to spot a fake C of O. So
to watch more, subscribe.
You're waiting on the long thing, and make sure you do so. Please, your broadcast land scammer, Obi. Stay tuned. See you next time.
Watch Egg.4 Part 3